Welcome to Web Whiz. When you're dealing with photographs, lots of times when you look at them in Photoshop, you'll see that there are lots of unwanted objects in front of your picture. There may be electrical wires, people, or even trash. In this tutorial, we're going to be learning how to use the spot healing brush in Photoshop 9 to remove unwanted objects from your photograph. Switch to Photoshop Elements. Open up your picture. My picture is of a few old planes. Now what we see is that in this picture there are a few objects that don't really look nice. There's this fence and rope here which kind of takes away from the nice looking planes, and there's a person back here, some objects over here. Basically, even though this picture is very nice as it is, it could be better if these objects weren't here. I'm going to click on the spot healing brush over here. Now, you're going to see your mouse turn into a circle, which is going to be the size of your brush. Whatever is inside of the circle will be affected by the brush. To change the size of the brush, we can go up here and make it smaller or larger. That's a good size. Next, I'm actually going to draw over some of the fence. It's going to show you what you're drawing over. Let go. And what we see is it has taken away the rope that was there and replaced it with grass. Now also, since the rope was over some of the shadow of the gray plane, it's taken away some of the shadow of the airplane. This is fine as long as the shadow is not very large as it is here. We may want to take some of this shadow away from here, and there it looks much better. The shadow doesn't look like it's coming from nothing. We can still see that the airplane has shadow, but there is no unwanted shadow. We can continue to draw away the fence. Just draw over the object you want to take away. And what we see is the brush has mistaken this brown plane for part of the terrain and has drawn the brown plane onto the grass. We can just draw over any mistakes that the computer may make. This will definitely happen where it will mistake brown plane for grass. You just have to keep on drawing it away. But eventually, if you keep on drawing over the mistaken object, it will disappear into grass. So you can just keep on drawing away any unwanted objects from your picture. And not only will this work on major objects such as this fence that we have pretty much drawn away. We see that now the brown plane has pretty much disappeared from the grass. We see, we'll work a little bit more on that. If you want, you can get closer, get a little bit smaller brush. Just take away that debris. There. Now the grass here, the fence has been taken care of except for some pieces over here, which I can deal with later. I'm just going to draw away that pole. Now let's go back to 100% zoom. We can see the whole picture. And we see that the picture looks pretty good right now, but there is some debris left over. We can see that this little bit of pole is still here floating out into the nothingness. There's a man back here that I'd like to take care of. So I'm going to go back to my spot healing brush. I'm going to zoom in so I can see the debris better. I'm going to make my brush slightly smaller. I'm just going to draw that away. You can see it turns into the fin. Let's go up to that man. Let's draw him away. There, he's disappeared. Let's go back. We'll zoom. And we see that this picture is 100 times better. There's no more fence in the way, and there's no more people in the background. This picture is almost perfect. So you can use this on your pictures to take away anything that you want. The brush is not always correct, as we see it did paste that plane onto the grass, but you can just continue to use it and you will get a perfect picture like we have here. That was the spot healing brush in Photoshop Elements 9. You can use this in Elements 8 and 7, but it may work a little bit differently depending on what version of Photoshop you have. Thank you for watching this Web Whiz tutorial.